Hey guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what we have here is we have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G. So in this video what we're going to do is we are going to be unboxing, doing a first time setup and a review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. So let's dive in and get started. Let's pull up the front cover. Alright, so that came right off and here we have the phone. So this one is going to be in cream color, one of my favorite colors. You can take a look at it. Let's put this to the side for 1 second, all right, and see what we get in the box here. On the flip side, we have a SIM ejector tool, and in the box, we have a black USB-C to C cable, and that's basically everything that we get in the box with a quick start guide and everything. So we're going to put these to the side and focus our attention on the main dish right here. All right, so here we have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. You can see that we have that gorgeous cream color. Now I'll let you know this color is in fact a shiny finish. It's not going to be a matte finish, but because of this color, the cream color, it's hard to see the fingerprints anyway. So let's do a quick tour. Now let's get up close to the camera. So we do have two main cameras. Each one of these guys is 12 megapixels. We have an ultra wide and a standard wide, and then you can see the flash right there. Now, when you look on the side over here, we have the volume rocker, okay? And then over here, we have the power button, the side key, also a fingerprint sensor, a capacitive fingerprint sensor. On the top, we have the speaker right here, at the bottom actually. And then we have the USB Type-C port. We've got two microphones, another microphone right there. On the top, we've got that hinge, all right? And then on the other side here, we have the SIM card tray, as you can see. And that's basically what we have around the phone. That's the back, beautiful color, all right? Look at how nice, small, and compact this phone is. Fits in my hand, and also it's got a rock solid build quality. It's Gorilla Glass 7 all around, which is Gorilla Glass Victus. So beautiful phone. And I'll let you know this screen on the outside, which we're gonna look at in a minute, it is a 1.9-inch Super AMOLED display. Oh, and of course, when the phone is turned on, this is what it looks like. You can see the button placements when it's actually open and port placements. Okay, just so you know. Anyway, let's turn this thing on and set it up for the first time. All right, so here we have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. So let's tap on start and start to set up this phone for the very first time. So I'm gonna say I read and agreed to all of the above except for what is optional. I'm going to tap on next. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to connect this to a Wi-Fi network. That's all good to go. I'm going to tap on next. All right. It's checking for a few updates. Getting the phone ready. All right. So next up, do you want to copy apps and data from another phone? If you want to transfer from an existing phone that you have switched to this from, you want to tap on next and it's going to give you a bunch of options. All right. But in my case, I'm going to set up a fresh phone. I'm going to say don't copy. All right, so it says just a second. Checking information. And then, of course, it wants me to log into my Google account. Let me do that right away. So that's all going to be good to go. I'm going to tap yes, I'm in. All right, I'm going to tap on agree to the terms. I'm going to tap on more and accept the Google services for now. All right, so we do have the face recognition, fingerprints, or PIN and password, as you can see. Now, the fingerprint sensor is going to be on the side in the power button. You can choose that, or you can do face recognition. That's going to use the camera to take a photo of your face. We're going to skip it for now and come back to it later. So I'm going to tap on skip. I'm going to say skip anyway. All right. And then we're going to set the Google Assistant. That should be all ready anyway. And of course, it's going to ask me to log into my Samsung account. If you don't have one, you should do it. It helps a lot. So let's skip all these. They're all optional. So I'm going to tap on agree. That's all good to go. There's a couple instructions here. Taking care of your phone. Make sure you pause the video and read these. Or if you have the phone, just read these and make sure you understand exactly what they mean, because it is important on how to handle the phone properly so it doesn't get damaged. So we're all set up. I'm going to tap on finish, or I can tap on explore your Galaxy Z. I'm going to tap on finish, and we are going to get dumped into the main screen. Fantastic looking display. All right, so let's quickly change the wallpaper to something more bright for the video. So I'm going to tap on wallpaper, and I will let you know we have some really gorgeous video wallpapers for the lock screen. So for example, if I tap on this one here, that's a beautiful wallpaper. Look at that. Nice and clean. Alrighty, now let me go to download it. Let me just grab this guy right here. I'm gonna set this as my wallpaper. Alrighty, and real quick, the display, stunning, super bright. And of course, if I go to my settings, under display, you can see we now have 120 Hertz refresh rate, which has been a huge deal for me. The previous flip had 60 Hertz. This one is 120 Hertz, super smooth and much more brighter, so you can see it easier in daylight outside. And of course, it is a 6.7-inch display, which is fantastic. Now let's go back over here. Let me just flip this shut. All right, so easy to just turn this. We have a display on the outside, as you can see. If I double tap it, it wakes up. All right, or if it's turned off, I can just lift to wake. As you can see, I'll show you how to set that in the settings. So let's do that one more time. Lift to wake. Look at that. So you can quickly glance at it. If you swipe this way, you get to see all your notifications. You can go up and down. If you swipe this way, you get to access your widgets, and you can press and hold and modify your widgets right from this screen. I can remove them, or I can go over here and add widgets. So that's great. And also, if you pull it down, let's go back to the home screen here. If you pull this down, you get access to the brightness slider for the outer display and also the volume rocker. So that's fantastic. Now let's go back into the phone. Let's see if we can open this up with one hand. There we go. It's very doable. I don't recommend doing that all the time. It might damage the hinge the way I did it fast, but you can use one hand. Now, the other thing I want to show you guys is if you go to your settings, and if you go into your, actually in the settings, we do have a dedicated cover screen option. So from here, you can change the clock style on the smaller outer display. You can have things like this, all right? This is the one that I like, so I put that one on. But you can have all these various options. I'm sure they'll add even more. And you can change the color of the clock. So that's that. And also you can modify the widgets right from here. And you can reorder them right from here, as you can see. So this cover screen is dedicated to the outer display. Now, one more thing I absolutely love about this phone. is the flex mode. So if I launch the camera, for example, now we have a full screen camera, but if I flex the phone like this, it is going to give me a split screen view. So let me just grab something here. So we have a plan here. You can see we have the viewfinder here, and then we have the controls at the bottom. And if I flip the camera, I can see myself. This is going to be great for video conferencing. It's like you have a tripod on the go. You can put this anywhere. As long as you have a case on it, you're going to be fine. So this flex mode also reflects to other applications. In fact, if you go to your settings and if you go into your advanced features and labs, you can have that flex mode panel available on any app. You can force the apps to use that flex mode with the main focus of the app on the top and controls at the bottom. So that's mostly the cover screen and the flex options. Now, when it comes to the performance of this phone, super fast, all right? It's gonna run like a champion. It is a flagship phone with flagship specs. So we have Snapdragon 888, we have 12 gigabytes of RAM. I can easily play heavy duty games on this phone with no stutter, no lag. Look at that game. It's playing super smooth. It's a highly demanding, graphically intense game, but the phone handles it like a champion. And the fact that it's such a small phone, when it folds, it feels more powerful than it should, which is a good thing. So nothing to worry about as far as performance is concerned. You get the same performance as you get with a Fold 3 or an S21 Ultra. That's crazy for a phone of this size. And of course, we do have a 10 megapixel front camera, which is actually a very good selfie camera. It takes crisp, clear selfie photos, great for video conferencing and all that stuff. And the rear two cameras, the 12 megapixel wide and ultra wide, they're good cameras. They're not going to be flagship level cameras like the S21 Ultra, but they are in fact very good cameras, will do a great job for the average consumer. I do like the fact that we at least have two options, and super wide is one of my favorite lenses. Couple things you need to know: because it is not a flagship camera, it does not have the capability to record at 8K like the S21 or the Note 20. It tops at 4K at 60 frames per second, and as far as I know, most average consumers don't even go to 4K, they stick to 1080p, so you're going to be fine. But if you really want the best cameras, this is not going to be the phone for you. You want to look at the S21 Ultra, you want to look at the Note 20 Ultra. And of course, another great feature is the fact that it has water resistance. So you can actually submerge this phone into water and it's not going to get any damage. That was another problem I had with the Flip last time around, but this one has solved that problem. But just keep in mind, it does not have dust resistance, which means if you go to the beach and you dump it into the sand, it might get some sand in there in the internals, something you don't want. But water splashes, accidental drops into a puddle of water, no problem. Now, one thing that is missing, and that's usually under advanced features, we do not have Samsung DEX functionality. I don't think a lot of consumers are looking for it, but if you're somebody that wants the DEX functionality, it's not going to be in the Flip. It's going to be in the Fold 3 and other phones, but not this guy. Alright, so that's basically all I want to talk about. A great phone. It is not boring. Extremely fun to own and use. Great display, great processor, simply amazing clamshell design, high-end build quality. I mean, this phone is basically a flagship smartphone. The biggest compromise that we have is we have cameras that are truly not flagship, but anybody looking for maximum portability, fun factor, great performance, this is a phone to highly consider. Alright, so any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, alright?